Let's go.
Drew you to this? You've got a nice feature film career going. What drew you to this? And what you see your thoughts on what drew you, the concept, and the character?
Well, what drew me was primarily the script. You know, I read the script and I was drawn to the character of John Kennex, a character who's been in a coma for 2 years, who wakes up to find that he has a completely robotic leg, that he is responsible for the loss of a massive loss of life within his team, and is pushed into the front line of trying to protect and serve humanity. I found that infinitely interesting. A character who is searching for himself and finds answers in the most unlikely source, which is his synthetic partner. He's a character who has an aversion to technology, and he's partnered up with a robot, and, you know, ironically, the robot is almost more human than human. I found that interesting. Character and story aside, obviously it was the opportunity to work with Joel Wyman, who I'm a huge fan of. I love Fringe. It was a really smart show. It wasn't like a stereotypical dumbed down show, you know. It was a smart show, and so that was interesting. I knew that going into it, the stories were going to be smart, that we were not going to talk down to an audience. And then obviously it was my continuing relationship with J.J. Abrams, who really drew me into the project. I wasn't looking to do television, but once I started looking at all of the elements involved, I thought, how could I turn this down? This could be really, really cool.
How's the experience been different between TV and movies and everything? Like, you know,
so far process? I haven't. The process is fundamentally the same, and if you've seen the pilot, you only have to look at that to be kind of blown away by the production elements involved. You know, it looks like a movie, it feels like a movie, and I'm just going to feel that it's going to be really fun to explore the narrative of a character over a season instead of just 2 hours where, you know, things are condensed. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
What do you hope that John learns from Dorian over the course of the show?
It's my hope that Dorian kind of puts John in touch with himself, with his humanity. That you know, in the best world, that they learn from each other. Because in a way, they're both searching for what it is to be human. You know, John does not remember vast tracts of his life. He is a character who has a lot of pain, of bitterness, of anger, of torment, of guilt, of frustration, all these emotions, this baggage that he has. And you know, I think consequently he's quite closed off. And I think that Michael Ealy's character Dorian is a wonderful kind of mechanism for opening him up a bit, softening him up a bit over time. You know, the point where we discover John, and in this pilot, John's not John yet. You know, he's just coming off a really kind of a heavy deal. So yeah, I'm really thrilled and excited to see where we go from here.
Doing a movie, you know the whole story going into it. So, what do you think about doing a TV show where you don't know where things are necessarily going?
I think it's exciting. I mean, it's just like life. We don't know what's just around the corner. And I certainly am aware of the through line for my character for the first season, and that's enough for me. You know, I just want to concentrate on making the best show we can, and you know, delivering really interesting, compelling characters who are accessible, identifiable, and dealing with stories that we can all relate to and empathize with, showcased against the canvas of this slightly futuristic world. And to me, that's interesting. You know, the technology that is in Almost Human, it's coming. It's down the pipe. You know, we're putting stuff into the show that has been fully researched, and this technology is just around the corner. And I don't think of this show as a science fiction show. It's a slightly futuristic show. It'd be like we're a cop show in the early 90s that has characters walking around with these phones. That's never gonna happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.